Has odor been a problem for you? Has rough and dry armpits keeping your hands down? Well then, this video is for you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nick and I make YouTube videos that help you find your next beauty essentials. Today we have a very exciting new video because I'm talking about my natural deodorant journey and how it has changed my life forever. Armpits aren't really a favorite topic of mine, but today we're talking about them because I know I'm not the only girl that has a lot of concerns with the deodorants that are currently on the market. I've been using deodorant since I was a teen, and I always thought that that's what deodorant or just antiperspirant should feel. I've dabbled between antiperspirant and deodorant throughout my life, but the one I use the most is really deodorant. Usually the ones that are out on the market are a mix of both anyway, because it not only controls sweat but also controls odor. One of the biggest problems that I've had with the deodorants I've tried for over a decade, over 2 decades, oh my gosh, I'm super old. But anyway, I digress, has always been how they not only leave skid marks or stains on my clothes, they're not very moisturizing on my armpit skin, and they just make me feel icky. I really know that something is there, and sometimes scent can also be overpowering. So I did a little bit of research because I don't want to deal with that anymore, and all roads lead to natural deodorants. But what is natural deodorant anyway? And how does it differ from the likes of Tawas or Dove and Secret, which we've been hardwired to buy since forever? So natural deodorant is basically deodorant, except it doesn't have aluminum, which means it doesn't stop your pores from sweating, and it actually allows it to breathe and tells it it's okay, you can sweat. I'll take care of the odor, I'll take care of the stains, I'll take care of any other concerns, and I'll do it while keeping your pits moisturized. Now you're probably wondering, as did I when I first read this, how the hell does sweating more in the beginning really help me from being embarrassed and getting pit stains or having odor? Well, I think this is better explained with a prop. So I got my water bottle, and imagine your water bottle as your armpit. The bottle itself is your armpit pore, and the lid is essentially deodorant. Now, what regular deodorants do is every time you feel hot or every time you feel like I want to release some toxins, it seals it. It seals it with aluminum and its other ingredients so that the toxins or the sweat either stop and go elsewhere or get released elsewhere, or they're stored in your body and then repurposed. But what natural deodorant does is it removes the lid. It actually just tells your body it's okay to sweat. Release it if you want to release it. You don't want to overheat. So it allows the sweat to naturally go out. But the caveat is, it actually masks it with like a cloud of air that mask odor-causing bacteria and make it difficult for that bacteria to thrive and have a party in our pits, because that's the real reason why our armpits smell. It's not the sweat itself, it's the bacteria living within the sweat that's really causing the problem. Now, that's great for health reasons and all, but that's not really why I made the switch. So my number one concern with the deodorants I've tried has really been around how moisturized my skin felt. No matter what deodorant I tried, I always felt like my armpit was crusty and it was leaving these off-white marks, and I just felt like my armpit was a desert. And I felt like I was either over applying it or it just wasn't doing much good for my skin. And no matter what kind of deodorant I use, it was always the same result. So I wanted to find a deodorant that still worked like a deodorant, but kept my skin moisturized, and all of my research led to this brand, Native. So I recall that they actually had a really long wait list, and that a lot of people said that this really changed their life. And this is one of the few natural deodorants that actually worked for them. So, like the YouTuber that I am, I got the 3-pack. Mainly because it was cheaper to get 3 instead of 1, and I figured I could use it for a year. And if it didn't work, I could just use it at home and it'll be pretty low risk. So I'm really happy that I actually took the plunge and got this 3, because I've been using charcoal for a while and I don't think I've even made a dent. Like, there's still a lot left from this tube, and it smells great. No matter how many times I apply or reapply this and remember that for later, it just smells fresh and it smells clean and it keeps me fresh all day. Plus, it achieved my goal of keeping my pits moisturized. Oh, so making the switch is easy. Nope, it is not. It's not all moonlight and roses, because when you do enough research, you'll always hear that there is a purge when switching to natural deodorant. And no, I am not talking about the movie, it's actually body purge. So it's essentially 2 to 3 weeks of your body sweating more and smelling really bad because your body is panicking. Like, this is not what you've taught me to do. This is not what I've been doing for decades. I'm finally free from this imprisonment. I'm blasting out, getting a burger, and just leaving this town. So they're overcompensating for the fact that you're telling it that it's okay, you can sweat. So I'm really lucky because I actually didn't experience the purge, because since the lockdown, I made a decision that I wasn't going to wear deodorant at night, because it's not like I'm going to sweat. If I stunk, who cares? I was just going to sleep and I wasn't making a lot of effort. So all I did was put a little of aloe vera on my pits and then called it a night. That gave me the added boost of moisture that I wanted, and if I was going to work out or do some strenuous activity that I know will make me sweat, then that's the only time I was going to put deodorant. So all in all, technically that was my purge, and that was me kind of training my body that it was okay without introducing a new product. Don't worry if you're a natural deodorant virgin and you're like, you're convincing me, I want to try this, but I don't want to experience the purge. So you can actually buy clay masks on the market that kind of sucks things out and helps ease the process. Imagine it like the gray clay mask you put on your face to take out blackheads and toxins. It's essentially the same thing, but for your pits. So that'll not only decrease the time of the purge, but it'll help you get through the process. Another thing you have to take note of is that with natural deodorant, it's not like your regular deodorant wherein you apply once and you call it a day. Sometimes if you're really doing really strenuous activity, or you're feeling really hot, or you're doing tough stuff, then it's okay to reapply again. You don't have to wash your pits, you can just reapply. And I swear, I was like, this is kind of unhygienic, but let me give it a try. And man, scent gone, it smells just like the deodorant. And the best part is it doesn't overpower it. So it's not like the fake smell wherein, you know when you have a friend or you know someone that smells, and because they know they smell, they just spray perfume to mask the scent? It ain't like that. But because people can still smell it, it's just mixing the two scents together. This one, when you apply deodorant again, it's like you're as fresh as a baby. It's like nothing ever happened. So that's what I really like about this. And the scent is actually not overpowering. it just is there. And if you do smell your armpit, you smell it. But if you're just here, like talking or whatever, you're not actually going to experience, or people are not going to smell your armpit. Now, after 2 months of trying Native, there are some things I really like and some things I'm really on the fence about, but I've learned to live with. So, the first part is the scents. So, I know I just told you that I love the scents and I love how they don't just add another layer of scent on top of your BO, but not all of these scents actually work equally. So I find that the most effective scent is actually lavender and rose. And I don't know if that's because lavender itself is really good at fighting bacteria and it smells really good. And it's a basically all-purpose kind of oil. But this one works the best and helps me stay fresh and odor-free the longest. Now, the second is coconut and vanilla, and the last is charcoal. And this is surprising to me because charcoal is supposed to be really good at masking scents, but I find that when I wear this, it's the one that I have to reapply. But for the two others, I don't need to reapply. So I guess it just depends what you're trying to do. And if you're okay to reapply and bring your deodorant if you're out, which is not going to be the case in the Philippines, but just make sure to pick your scents. These are the first three I've tried, and I'm going to be using them for a while. But when I do, I'm going to try to experiment with other scents and see if there's a king of them all. So let's end things on a good note and talk about why I love Native. So there's a lot of things to love about this brand, and one of them is really how moisturizing it feels on the skin. I actually feel like this is skincare for my armpits, which is really nice, and it does all the other things that I expect a deodorant to do. Control sweat, not make me smell, and also it helps me with not leaving skin marks on my clothes. I love that I now have a brand that I can rely on for my day-to-day hustle, and I also love that they actually have a lot of scents you can try. Usually regular deodorants only have maybe 3 scents tops, but Native actually has, I think, 15 cents if I remember correctly, and they're always coming up with new scents consumers can try. So I love that. Now, that's it for my journey with natural deodorant and my thoughts on Native. If you enjoyed watching this video or learned a thing or two, please show me some love by smashing the like button down below. And if you enjoy videos like this, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon so you never miss a beat when I post content like this. By the way, if you're living in the Philippines and you want to try Native or any other natural deodorant, slide into my DMs. We can chat because I can bring this to you in the Philippines. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! This might be right. Either you feel it or you don't. Might give it a try.